September 15, 1954. New York City. Lexington Avenue and 52nd Street. 1 o'clock in the morning. The street should be empty at this hour. Instead, 5,000 people crowd the sidewalks. Police barricades strain against the mass of bodies. Everyone is here for one reason: to see her. To see Marilyn Monroe standing over a subway grate while wind machines blow her white dress up around her waist. This single moment, this one scene from a movie called The 7-Year Itch, will become the most iconic image of the 20th century. But what the crowd doesn't see, what the cameras don't capture, is the man standing in the shadows. Her husband, Joe DiMaggio, baseball legend, American hero. And right now, watching his wife's body being displayed for thousands of strangers, his face is dark with rage. Tonight, this moment, this scene will destroy their marriage. But more than that, it will crystallize everything Marilyn Monroe has become, and everything Norma Jean can never escape. But we're getting ahead of the story. Let's go back to 1950. Marilyn Monroe has been trying to become a star for 4 years. She's had small roles, tiny roles, blink and miss her roles. Studios keep dropping her contracts. She keeps clawing her way back. She's learning that Hollywood doesn't reward talent as much as it rewards persistence and willingness to do whatever it takes. In 1950, she's broke, really broke. Her rent is overdue. She has no money for food. A photographer named Tom Kelley offers her $50 to pose nude for a calendar shoot. $50, that's all it takes. She needs the money. She poses. The photographs are beautiful in their way, artistic. She lies on red velvet, one arm raised, her body curved in classical lines. The calendar will be published. It will sell millions of copies. And years later, when she's famous, when she's Marilyn Monroe the movie star, these nude photographs will resurface. They will threaten to destroy her career. But Marilyn does something brilliant. Instead of denying it, instead of claiming the woman in the photographs is someone else, she tells the truth. She admits it was her. She says she needed the money. She was broke and hungry and desperate. The public loves her for it, her honesty, her vulnerability, her admission that she's not perfect, that she struggled, that she was once so poor she had to sell images of her body just to eat. It makes her human, relatable, real. The scandal that should have ended her career instead makes her more famous. She's learning how to weaponize vulnerability, how to turn shame into sympathy, how to make her brokenness beautiful. She starts getting bigger roles, not lead roles yet, but bigger. The Asphalt Jungle, All About Eve, supporting parts, but she's memorable in them. The camera still loves her, that quality hasn't diminished. If anything, it's grown stronger. She's learning how to use it, how to make every moment count, how to steal scenes from more experienced actresses. She plays dumb blondes, girls who are pretty but not smart. Sexual but not threatening, men desire her, women dismiss her. And both reactions serve her career perfectly. 1952, Don't Bother to Knock, her first leading role. She plays a mentally disturbed babysitter. It's a dramatic part, not a comedy, not a dumb blonde. She wants to prove she can act, that she's more than her body. The film is not a success. Critics are mixed. Some say she's surprisingly good. Others say she should stick to comedy. Hollywood learns a lesson. Marilyn Monroe in drama doesn't sell. Marilyn Monroe as the sexy blonde does. She's being typecast. Trapped in the very image she created. But then comes Niagara. 1953, filmed at Niagara Falls. She plays Rose Loomis, a faithless wife plotting to murder her husband. It's a noir film. She wears tight dresses that show every curve. She walks in that signature Marilyn walk, hips swaying, taking tiny steps because her dresses are so tight. That walk isn't natural. She created it. Practiced it, perfected it. She cut a 1/4 inch off one heel of her shoes to make her hips sway more. Every movement is calculated. Every gesture is performance, and audiences eat it up. Niagara makes her a star, a real star. Suddenly, everyone wants Marilyn Monroe. Then comes the film that changes everything. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Summer 1953. She plays Lorelei Lee, a gold-digging showgirl who believes diamonds are a girl's best friend. It's a musical comedy. She sings, she dances, she's luminous. The film has one scene that becomes legendary. Marilyn in a hot pink dress covered in bows, surrounded by men in tuxedos, singing diamonds are a girl's best friend. The image is seared into cultural consciousness. This is Marilyn Monroe at her most Marilyn. Blonde, glamorous, sexual, materialistic, the ultimate male fantasy, and the ultimate feminist nightmare. Because what is she really singing about? A woman who knows she has no power except her beauty. A woman who knows beauty fades. a woman who needs to secure her future through men and money because society offers her no other options. It's a satirical song. But most people don't hear the satire. They just see the blonde in the pink dress. January 14th, 1954. Marilyn Monroe marries Joe DiMaggio. It's her second marriage. She was married to James Dougherty at 16. That was survival. This is different. Joe is one of the most famous athletes in America, the Yankee Clipper, baseball royalty. He's retired now, but his legend is enormous. He's handsome, strong, masculine, everything America thinks a man should be. And he wants Marilyn. He's been pursuing her for 2 years, taking her to dinner, sending her flowers, being patient. She's attracted to his stability, his fame that matches hers, his Americanness. Maybe she thinks this marriage will save her. Maybe Joe will be the one who truly loves her. Not Marilyn, but Norma Jean, the broken girl underneath the performance. They marry in San Francisco City Hall. It's a small ceremony, just a few witnesses. She wears a dark suit. He wears a blue suit. They smile for photographers. 300 reporters and fans mob them. It's chaos, joy, America's sex symbol marrying America's baseball hero. It's perfect. Too perfect. Because perfection is always an illusion. Joe wants a wife. A traditional wife. Someone who will stay home, cook dinner, have children, be his, only his. Marilyn wants to be a star. She's worked too hard, sacrificed too much, become too famous. She's not giving it up, not even for Joe DiMaggio. The marriage is doomed from the beginning, but they don't know it yet. Or maybe they do, and they're just hoping love will be enough. It won't be. February 1954. They go to Japan for their honeymoon. While they're there, the U.S. military asks Marilyn to perform for troops in Korea. Joe doesn't want her to go. He wants her with him. But she goes anyway. She performs for over 100,000 soldiers in 4 days. 10 shows, she sings, she jokes, she's everything they want her to be. The men go crazy for her, screaming, cheering, worshiping. When she returns to Joe in Japan, she's glowing. She tells him about the crowds, the love, the adoration. Joe is silent. He sees the truth she doesn't want to admit. She needs this. The attention, the worship, the performance. She needs it more than she needs him. More than she'll ever need any man, because the applause fills something inside her that love never can. That void created in childhood. That space where a mother's love should have been. Nothing fills it except the roar of the crowd. She's at the height of her fame now. Photographers follow her everywhere. She can't go anywhere without being mobbed. Her image is on magazine covers, billboards, movie posters. She's making significant money now, far more than Joe. And that bothers him, not consciously perhaps, but deep down. He's from a generation where men provide, where men are the famous ones, the successful ones. Having a wife more famous, more desired, more talked about than him, it emasculates him. He starts drinking more. Becoming more controlling, more jealous, more angry. Marilyn retreats into pills. She's been taking sleeping pills for years. The insomnia that started in childhood never left. Now she adds pills to wake up, pills to calm down, pills to get through photo shoots and premieres and the constant performance of being Marilyn Monroe. The marriage is crumbling. 9 months in, and it's already dying. Summer 1954. Marilyn is filming The 7-Year Itch. It's a romantic comedy based on a Broadway play. She plays the girl. That's her character's name, just the girl. She doesn't get a real name. She's a fantasy, a male fantasy. The girl who lives upstairs. The girl the married man daydreams about while his wife is away. She's innocent but sexy, available but not a threat. She's the ultimate Marilyn Monroe role, and she hates it. She's tired of playing dumb blondes. Tired of being a sex object. Tired of the performance. But this is what Hollywood wants. This is what audiences pay to see, so she performs. She gives them Marilyn. Director Billy Wilder decides to film one scene on location in New York. The famous scene, the subway grate scene. Marilyn stands over the grate. A train passes below. Wind blows up through the grate. Her white dress flies up. It's supposed to be funny, sexy, playful. Wilder wants to film it at night on the actual street to create buzz, to get publicity. He notifies the press. Word spreads. By 1 a.m., 5,000 people have gathered to watch. Joe DiMaggio is in New York visiting Marilyn. He comes to the set. He stands in the crowd, watching, his face growing darker with every take. Marilyn steps onto the subway grate. She's wearing that white halter dress designed by William Travilla, the dress that will become the most famous dress in cinema history. The wind machines start. The dress billows up around her thighs. The crowd erupts, whistling, cheering, shouting, men screaming her name. Marilyn laughs. She holds the dress down demurely, but not too much. She's enjoying this. The attention, the desire, the worship. This is what she lives for. This is her drug. Billy Wilder yells cut. They reset. They do it again, and again, and again. 14 takes. Each time the crowd gets louder. Each time the whistles get more intense. Each time Joe DiMaggio's jaw gets tighter. He's watching thousands of men lust after his wife, watching her enjoy their lust, watching her perform sexuality for the world, and he's powerless to stop it. Someone later says they saw Joe's hands clenched into fists. Another witness claims he was cursing under his breath. Walter Winchell, the famous columnist, is with Joe that night. He'll later write that Joe was humiliated, furious. That seeing Marilyn like that, displaying herself for crowds, it broke something in him, because Joe loves her, really loves her. But he loves a woman who doesn't exist. He loves the idea of Marilyn as his wife. Domestic, private, his. But Marilyn Monroe cannot be private, cannot be domestic, cannot belong to just one man. She belongs to the camera, to the crowd, to the performance. And Norma Jean, the woman underneath, she doesn't know how to be loved any other way. They return to their hotel, the St. Regis, Suite 1105. What happens next depends on who's telling the story. Some say they argued, loudly. Neighbors heard shouting, heard Marilyn crying. Some claim Joe hit her, that she had bruises the next day. Others say it was just a terrible fight, words as weapons, the marriage ending in real time. Marilyn's makeup artist will later say she saw bruises on Marilyn's back, her arms, but Marilyn never officially accused Joe of hitting her. She protected him, even as the marriage died, even as she filed for divorce. She protected his reputation, because despite everything, she understood something. Joe loved her, maybe not the right way, maybe not in a way that allowed her to be who she needed to be, but he loved her, and that was rare, so rare in her life. October 27, 1954. Marilyn Monroe files for divorce from Joe DiMaggio. The marriage lasted 274 days. 9 months, she appears at a press conference. Her eyes are red, she's wearing dark glasses. She's clearly been crying. She says the marriage is over. She cites mental cruelty. She doesn't elaborate. The press goes insane. America's perfect couple, destroyed. Everyone wants to know why, what happened, who's to blame, but Marilyn doesn't say. She just looks fragile and broken and beautiful. The performance continues even in her pain. June 1955. The 7-year Itch premieres. It's a massive success. One of the highest-grossing films of the year. That subway grate scene plays in the trailer. In the advertisements, on billboards, the image of Marilyn in the white dress, her skirt blowing up, it becomes the image of her. The defining image. It will be reproduced millions of times, on posters, on postcards, in art, in parody. It's the moment Marilyn Monroe becomes an eternal icon. Frozen forever in that instant. Beautiful, sexual, playful, available. But it's also the moment that cost her the only man who ever really wanted to marry her for who she was, not what she represented. Joe wanted Norma Jean. He didn't want Marilyn Monroe. But Norma Jean was buried too deep, suffocated under platinum hair and red lipstick and the constant performance of desirability. Joe DiMaggio never remarries, never seriously dates anyone else. For the rest of his life, when asked about Marilyn, he speaks carefully, with respect. With something like love, the anger fades, the hurt remains, but so does the love. He'll be there at the end when she needs him most. When she's broken and terrified and alone, he'll be the one who saves her, but that's later, that's a different story. Right now, in 1955, they're divorced, finished, and Marilyn is free. Free to be the star she always wanted to be. Free to belong to the world instead of to one man. But freedom is just another kind of prison. And she's about to discover that being owned by millions is lonelier than being owned by one. Late at night, after premieres and parties and photo shoots, Marilyn stands in front of mirrors. She's learned to hate them because mirrors show the truth. They show Norma Jean looking back, tired, scared, lost. The woman the world adores is a costume, a performance, a character created through trauma and necessity and desperate ambition. And that character is consuming her. Marilyn Monroe is becoming more real than Norma Jean ever was. Soon, she won't be able to tell the difference. Soon, the performance will be permanent. The mask will fuse to her face, and the woman underneath will suffocate slowly, invisibly, until August 5th, 1962, when both of them stop breathing forever. This is the moment the world remembers. Marilyn Monroe in a white dress, standing over a subway grate, laughing as wind blows her skirt up around her waist. This is the image that survives. Beautiful, eternal, perfect. But what the image doesn't show is the cost. The destroyed marriage. The man who loved her watching from the shadows. The woman inside the dress who doesn't know how to be loved without performing. The girl who stood at an orphanage fence hoping someone would choose her, now chosen by millions but belonging to none. This is success. This is stardom. This is everything she worked for, everything she sacrificed Norma Jean to achieve. And it's not enough. It will never be enough, because the void inside her can't be filled by applause, can't be healed by fame, can't be satisfied by becoming an icon. That wound requires real love, real connection, real acceptance of who she truly is. And nobody knows who she truly is anymore, not even her. The 7-year itch makes Marilyn Monroe immortal, but immortality is cold, lonely, inhuman. Next time we'll watch as she tries to escape the blonde prison she built. As she runs to New York, studies serious acting, marries an intellectual, tries desperately to be taken seriously, to be more than the girl in the white dress, to be an artist, a real artist, but Hollywood won't let her, the world won't let her, and maybe Norma Jean won't let her either, because that wound. That original wound of abandonment and abuse and unwantedness. It never heals. It just grows and grows until it consumes everything. The icon is born, the woman is dying, and nobody notices the difference.